Hey, what's up guys? So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new app available for the Radenso DS1 called Radenso Nexus. It's Radenso's app for the detector that's going to add some additional functionality, including things like changing settings for the detector, updating your detector, or a basic alert screen as well. And in this video, we pretty much just kind of want to play around with the app, take a look at the different features, get familiar with it, so that you can see what it's like and what all it has to offer. All right, so starting off, in order to get this up and running, you're going to need a Radenso DS1, of course. I'll have a link in the video description to where you can order one. You're also going to need to download Radenso Nexus. It's currently only available for Android. They're also working on an iOS version as well, but the Android version is now available. It's the one that comes out first. You can grab that for free from the Google Play Store. And then additionally, you're also going to need at least firmware version 1.07 or newer for the Radenso DS1 in order to have the Bluetooth capabilities. And assuming you've got all that, let's go ahead and put all the pieces together, get the app connected to the detector, and start playing around with the different options. All right, so starting off, we're going to go ahead and hop in here to the detector. And the first option in the menu for user preferences, we're going to go into here, and then we're going to scroll down for the last two options. So the first one is going to be for Bluetooth. You have the ability to turn it on and off. Of course, you're going to want Bluetooth turned on. And then the second option here is going to be for the Bluetooth pairing process. So we're going to go ahead and pair the detector with our phone. So we're going to do this. And you'll notice there's going to be a DS1 at 39, which is kind of a unique code for each specific detector. Now, while this is going, we're going to head on over here to our phone. And then we're going to go to Connections. And then we're going to go to Bluetooth. You should see over here your different devices that you have connected. And then if you scroll down, hopefully I can do this before it times out, you should see actually DS1 at 39 show up here on the phone. And then once you see it, DS1 at 39, we'll just give it a tap right there. It's going to go ahead and start the pairing process. Let's say pair with that device. We'll hit OK. And then pairing success, you can see it there. And then it should show up here, DS1 at 39 under paired devices on our phone. So cool. All right, so now once that is all done, we're going to head on over here to Radenso Nexus. So we're going to pull up the app and give it a chance to go ahead and connect to the detector. I have noticed that sometimes it sees the detector, especially initially, sometimes it doesn't. So you can see right now, it's just not showing up. It's a weird thing I've noticed playing around with it. So sometimes maybe power cycling the detector or restarting the app can help. Hit refresh in the app, and there it is. Okay, so we'll go ahead and DS1 at 39. We'll tap on that, and it should go ahead and connect to the detector for us. Awesome. So once you're here on this menu, there's a couple different settings. So the first option here is going to be for the alert screen. This you can use while you're driving if you like. And basically when you get any alerts, it's just going to show up here on screen. So you can see we've got the frequency, 24,152. That'll show up here on screen, the strength, the band, all that kind of stuff. And if you get multiple signals, that'll all show up here too. So boom, you can see we got two different signals, strength, frequency, and the direction as well. We'll just mute it real quick. So if you have a detector that supports arrows, it'll also display the direction. But otherwise, for this one, it just says front. So that's the alert display. Pretty simplistic, but it does the job. You can also go in and do things like adjust maybe the volume of the detector. And then you can do the same thing, of course, in the detector. Or you can do it through the app. I have seen sometimes it actually also changes in the app as well. Other times it doesn't. I don't know why, but yeah. And then as far as really the two main things that I use the app for, number one, it's going to be adjusting settings of the detector. And number two, it's going to be updating the detector. So if we go under settings here first, we'll do that. Basically, as you can see, we've got a number of different settings groups. And these are going to mirror the same thing that we have here in the detector. So user preferences, turning bands on and off, adjusting, you can see band settings or the display options. So it's basically designed to kind of mirror the sub-menus here that we have in the detector. So same idea here. And then of course you can go in here and adjust maybe things like your display color, different options in the detector. You can just do it here more easily a lot of times through the phone than going in through the detector itself. Now I have noticed that when you start going through a lot of this stuff, sometimes you'll see multiple options like this, which is cool. For certain toggles, maybe only like an on-off switch. Like for example, if you want to change, the mode, you have pretty much this huge menu for just one little toggle. And a lot of them I've noticed are like this. You can turn the frequency display on and off like that. So you have an entire page just for each option. I would prefer to see things like if we go over here under band For example, if you go under filters, you'll notice we've got a lot of options here. And this, I think, makes a lot more sense, right? Where you have one page with a lot of different options. In fact, I'd actually like to see something kind of like the way Escort Live does it, to where you have a list of all the different settings available for the detector, and you can quickly just kind of scroll through to see the different settings you have in your detector, and just quickly flick between different options to turn things on and off as needed, and not necessarily have to go through all these sub-menus. I get kind of what they're going for, to sort of mirror what you got with the detector, but I would also like a way to maybe go in and just adjust things super quickly, you know? But that's the way it's designed here UI-wise with Radenso Nexus. Anyways, if we go back now to the main screen, another option here is going to be to update the DS1. So we'll tap that, and you'll notice right here under the green one, it says current version 1.07, and it also tells you the date of the GPS database. It'll also let you know if there's an update available with a newer firmware version or a newer GPS database, and if so, you can just hit the start button right here and go ahead and update your detector. It's grayed out for me now because I do have the current version currently loaded on the detector, but assuming there's any updates that are available, it's pretty nice to be able to just hop in the car, load up the app, and hit a button, and it can just go ahead and update your detector for you right when you're sitting in the car. So that's definitely convenient. And then other than that, you can go back, and there's a last option here to just disconnect from the detector if you want to do that as well. So we'll hit OK, and then it's just going to disconnect from the DS1. And then again, if you want to reconnect, you can just tap on the listed device, and it'll reconnect to your detector for you, so you can start running through all the different options again. And so, yeah, that's just a quick run through here of the Radenso Nexus app for the DS1. It is a pretty basic app. It's really just for setting changes, firmware updates, which is definitely nice, as well as a basic alert screen. And then as far as adding more features, Radenso has mentioned on the forum that they're limited by Escort's patents, so most other features can't be done. Radenso is also working on an iOS version of this app. I think the app still needs a little bit more work. Things like connectivity, sometimes I notice it doesn't see the detector, and so it's not able to like properly reconnect. That's been kind of annoying using it in practice, but assuming you get it all up and running, it's definitely a convenient way to just go in and change different settings and whatnot, or update your detector right from the car. So that's really the main things that I use it for. But anyway, yeah, that's just a quick look here at the Radenso Nexus app. Again, I'll have additional links in the video description to where you can pick up the detector, where you can download the app, things like that, just to make things a little bit easier for you. And so, yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.